Hi everybody, today I'm going to replace a chain on a 2003 Honda Shadow Spirit 750. Now, if you do it on this one, it's going to be very similar or identical to the Honda Shadows from 2001, 2007, and actually a lot of other bikes will probably be a very similar process for the other models of the Shadow, other models of the Rebel, for example, that have a chain. But this one specifically is for the 2003 Honda Shadow Spirit. Now, I did a video a long time ago on changing this chain and the sprockets. But today I'm just going to change the chain, so it should be a pretty easy process. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the crankcase cover. So there's a clip right here. You pull that out, put that aside, don't lose it. Then you're going to use 8mm socket to remove this bolt right there. Set it aside. This whole crankcase cover should come out. You remove that clip first. Set this aside. So now you have access to this front sprocket. Next, I'm going to remove the chain. And actually first I'm going to loosen the axle distance. To do that, I'm going to loosen these axle bolts. A 22 and a 27mm wrench. These came in the little toolkit. I'm going to use just a regular wrench for the other side. This gives me leverage. So you don't have to remove it, just loosen it. Next, I'm going to loosen these tensioners all the way in on both sides, this side and the other side. You're going to use the same 8mm socket. And to loosen, you're going to go clockwise. Do both sides, all the way in. Just to give a better view of this, you're going to use your 22mm wrench for the left side bolt and your 27mm wrench for the nut on this side. That's to loosen the axle. Then you have your 8mm tensioner bolt right here on this side and on this side, and you will turn it clockwise to loosen or slacken the chain, and you'll turn it counterclockwise to tighten or remove the slack from the chain. And you want to do that equally on both sides. When you're done with that, then you can retighten these bolts and nuts over here, 22 and 27mm. So just to give you a little better view of that. Okay, if you did that right, this chain should be super duper loose, which it is. So now I'm going to remove the chain. If you have an endless chain, you're going to use a chain breaker to break it. And this one just has a clip, so you just need to remove the clip. Now, you can use a pair of pliers. It's better to have one that has these little teeth, so you can grab that clip. I'll put a link for this product, but you just can use the little jaws to hold on to the rivet and the clip, and then just pop it out. Okay. Clip comes out. You pull off the little plate, then you pull out the connecting chain drops, all done. So now I'm going to remove this. Now, assuming you have the right size chain, all you gotta do is just get a new chain that's the exact same size. Now, if you have a stock 750, it should be 122 links. I have a modified sprocket, 38 teeth instead of 41 or 42, so my chain here is gonna be 120. You could buy one with the right size chain, or if you're like me and you bought one with extra links, you can break it to size. So I'm gonna pull this chain out. This is my new gold chain. I'm gonna line it up with my old chain and just cut it to the correct number of links. Okay, so this chain has one extra full set of links. So I'm just gonna break the chain right there. So we get to the right size, use my chain breaker. This chain breaker uses a 14mm socket. I'm just gonna crank this thing till I pop the rivet out. So there that goes. Just popped out this extra set of links. Well, don't need that. So now that my chain's the right size, I'm going to thread it over the rear sprocket and then over the front sprocket. Down to the front sprocket. So it's just the right length. So I'm going to take my new connecting link, make sure the little O-rings are on it. So put your little X-rings. Wow. Excuse me, hands dirty. Okay, so I'll put this connecting link through. All right, put my O-rings on, or X-rings. Then the little plate. And my connecting link. Okay, this definitely takes a lot of finagling to get on. You might need to use 2 sets of pliers to do it, including these grip ones. All right. You also want to make sure that the closed end of the clip is pointing in the direction of the travel of the chain. So the open end's going to be facing this way, the closed end's going that way. Kind of think of it like a fish swimming in the direction of the water. So now our chain is attached. Here's a close-up of the connecting chain. So it's going to be a little hard to fit this on because when you put in your connecting link, you're going to have O-rings or X-rings on that side. You're going to put your O-rings and X-rings on this side. Then you're going to put your plate on top and then your little master link on top of that. So it's going to be hard to snap that over those rivets because you're not going to have a lot of room. So what I do is I use 2 hands. I can't do it because I'm holding the camera, but I use one hand to use a pair of pliers to push this chain together. You're basically compressing those O-rings or X-rings. While you're doing that, I use my little jaw type pliers, and I'm going to kind of go like that, one end on the rivet, one end on the top of the connecting chain, and just snap it together. Once it's over, you're gonna use this again and compress these links a little more just to make sure that it's fully seated in those notches. It's a little tricky, takes a little bit of work, but you'll get it eventually. And just remember that your closed end of that link is going to be pointing in the direction of the travel of the chain. The open end is going to be facing away from the direction of travel. So it's kind of like a fish swimming in the direction of the water. Now I'm going to take my 8mm socket again. I'm going to go counterclockwise and start tightening this chain until it's the right amount of slack. So I'll do like quarter turns at a time. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'll do 3 on the other side because I'm doing the same tension. 2, 3. And I'll do 3 more. 2, 3. And here. 1, 2, 3. Let's check our tension. That's actually pretty good. I want to give it about 1 inch of slack, which I have. I don't want it hitting that top part, which it's not. I could probably tighten it a little bit more, so I'll do like maybe 1 more quarter turn. 1, 1. I think that's good. So now that that chain is good, we're going to take our wrenches again and tighten this axle nice and snug. Good amount of slack in the chain. Replace this crankcase cover. Put this clip back. Put this clip back. And then you can just tuck it in like that. Your bolt and my washer. So I'm drenched in sweat. Okay. All right, done. Chain's on, crankcase cover's back on. Tension's good. 1 inch of slack. Not bouncing around off the bottom. Good tension. All set. That's it.